Hi everyone, Mo here, and I am going to create an art journal page today that is inspired by fall. Fall is beautiful where I live, and that has inspired me to create this page. I am going to work with these supplies. These are paper crafted crayons from Faber-Castell, some watercolor pencils, some stampers, big brush pens. These are India ink markers, and you can write with them, make marks with them, on color with them. I'm using them for my Inktober a lot this year. And I also have some gelatos. Some are the translucent gelatos and maybe a few are iridescents. I also have a little palette of watercolor here. I think this came from a little kit for using with stencils and making, like, it's a beginner watercolor kit, and I have that. I have some tools. This is a silicone spatula for applying gel medium, and this is just a paintbrush. I have some water in this cup, and I am going to get started. All I'm doing is simply, because these are twist tops, I can just simply push it up like this, and just no rhyme or reason, scribble on my page. Oh, this is a 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. I've cut it down to, I believe, 9 inches by 6 inches, and you can do this on any size paper. So just make sure to use a heavier paper, like at least mixed media or watercolor paper, because we will be adding water to it. And even though there will still maybe some warping, it's still better than say a cardstock or something like that. It's just randomly making some marks. I think I used that one, maybe use this one. It's like being a kid in school, we can twist it out. I love it. Okay. So because these are wax, there's wax in those crayons, when I add more colors on top, they're going to resist that. This is the iridescent gelatos color Odyssey. I love this golds, and the fall is just the most beautiful season in my opinion. And these are the translucents, and I'm just adding them randomly. This is, I think, my favorite color from the translucent set. This is a tester gelato. I am still using them because these gelatos last a long time. And there. Now I'm going to bring in some water. Actually, lots of water. You could gesso your paper before you begin. I didn't, because I like it when I kind of wanted a naturey, naturey is not even a word, but yeah, you know, like the textures you see in nature, like it's not all polished, and it's more scratchy. So this is where I'm at, and now you can see that those scribbles, they're very prominent. While I'm at it, I might as well get some of these watercolors and add little variations. I'm not trying to be perfect at all. Just getting some colors on the paper. And now this has to dry completely. My paper is now dry and I'm ready to add a focal point. For my focal point, I have chosen this owl that I drew. It's part of my Hello Fall image collection, which is a collection of line drawings like this one with lots of details that you can color in or use as is. And they are all high resolution images which you can increase in size, reduce in size. I have reduced this considerably, and then I printed it on printer paper, copy paper, and cut around with scissors. So I am going to attach that to this page toward this side, bottom right corner, with some gel medium. Now the gel medium on the owl has dried, and I am going to add more colors around and make some marks. So let's start by adding more colors. Now this time I'm going to follow the contours of the bird. This will just help her kind of pop out of the background. Now I'm bringing in some watercolor pencils. You will notice that even though all of them are water soluble, they each make a different kind of mark. The gelatos are a lot softer, and these are the watercolor pencils. They're more scratchy, sort of, because it's also going on a wet surface. If I was adding it on a dry surface and then blending, it would have been a bit different, but I like that scratchy mark. It's almost scratching through the gelato's layer underneath. Okay, and might bring in one of these make a few marks. And these are India ink markers, and they are called Stampers Big Brush Pen. The ink is permanent once it's dry, but before it's dry there's a little bit of open time when you can make the color move a little, lighten it up just by adding a bit of water, which I think is very nice. It dries very nicely, and I'm going to continue that. I'm going to write around here with this watercolor pencil. Maybe bring in a little bit of red. And I believe I'm at the very end, or I'm nearing the end, so I'm just taking, this is another of the iridescent gelatos. This is Galaxy, and I just picked some up and amidst all these beautiful colors, let's bring in a little black. And I think this is it. This is my page. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.